So, hi baby girl.
Does she have to hold on to that to get out?
So anytime we transfer her, we don't let her be with like a gap in space. So she always needs to grasp onto something moving to and from.
Yeah.
Hi baby.
And how old is she now?
She'll be a year, December 16th.
Oh, so she's still
Less than a year.
okay.
Yep.
So she's still pretty small too.
Hi Dumpling.
Oh, I've been watching her for a minute on TikTok.
Okay.
Is that where you saw her?
Yes.
Where you saw her? Okay.
So, hand underneath her bum there.
And fingers together.
Yeah. And she'll just go right to you. Oh, let me go that way. There we go. And she'll probably go to your right hand side.
Okay.
There we go. There you go.
Oh my god. No. Can I kiss her too?
Yeah, you can give her just, not on her mouth obviously, but like on her head. So what I'll do is when she kind of snuggles in, I'll like tuck her underneath my chin like this, and then just stroke the back of her neck.
What you smell on me, honey?
So remember your bottom hand just real lightly.
Am I doing it too?
Yeah,
hard?
I can't tell how much pressure you have, but just
You-
barely there.
pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I forget they hold on.
Yep, I know. That's why I say it's because it's like a baby. You think like, oh, I gotta hold on to him, but they're holding on to you. So you could drop both arms and she's just fine. Yeah.
I need you every day. What you smacking on?
What does it take to be able to get a sloth? Of course, I don't know. There's probably certain states that don't allow it.
So I'm not sure. It's more so finding a breeder, someone reputable that you want to work with versus just buying a sloth. Because they need very, very specific environment and feed, or they'll die within a week or two.
Yeah.
And so a reputable breeder will typically only
I just want to hug her.
I know.
Like, cuddle into her.
only work with like how our farm is set. She has her own enclosure and environment and things like that, not just to an individual who wants a pet sloth.
She smells good.
I got a bunch for you.
Thank you so much. She smells good.
Yeah, so she's only had one bath, but sloths self-groom, so they don't need a bath. They stay. Sometimes when you just think of like wild animals, you think they'd be stinky or something, but so they keep themselves really clean.
Hi, beautiful. Oh my goodness. Hi. Am I hearing your way?
So their sense of smell is really strong, and their hearing. So their eyesight is very poor. So they just have those little pin dots for little pupils. So they can see movements and things like that, but it's definitely not good. So they rely on their sense of smell and their hearing. So that's why when we do encounters, we tell people don't wear perfumes, lotions, and because obviously you're skin on skin with them basically, and she's going to be up in your neck, and that's typically where people wear perfume. So she's just for that.
Oh my gosh, she breathes heavy. Gosh, she breathes heavy.
Just a.
Mm-hmm.
So at 2 weeks old, sloths start foraging and start eating leaves on their own. And like I said, they're born with teeth, but at 2 weeks they're already self-feeding. They're still nursing at that point, but they are eating leaves on their own and feeding themselves in addition to nursing. And sloths in the wild would, they're kind of like the ultimate. She hears the four-wheeler, so she's like, what is that?
What is it? Is it scary?
It's like the ultimate introverted animal. Is they only have about 5 or 6 trees that they wander around in their wild environment. And they don't adventure, they don't explore, they just like their same little routine. They go, in the wild they would go poop about every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Here we're feeding them more, so it's about every 7 to 10 days they go poop. And it's a poop and pee combined, so it's not separate.
I'll watch
It's all
their
in
little
one.
dance.
Poop dance,
Yeah.
the potty dance.
We felt a little bit bad videoing that, but it was so cute. When he was doing his dance, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Definitely not something that you see all the time.
You need to do your hair anyway, or you okay?
As long as she's okay.
Yeah, seems like she's okay. If she was opening her mouth a lot, then I would maybe move it back, but she seems like she's fine.
Yeah, she just lays here and just breathes heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Is content.
Mm-hmm.
So what's her schedule of like play and sleep?
So sloths don't really, I mean, they can play, but they really don't have, they eat and sleep. That's about it. So they have, for her, she eats twice a day, about every 12 hours. And it's a mix of brown rice, or for her feed right now, a brown rice, sweet potato, and then a special pellet that we blend all together to kind of like a mash. And then she eats that. And then I also brought some spinach, so she can snack on some spinach. So we'll see if she, because now it's afternoon, so she might be ready for a little snack. Hi, Zoe. Hi, baby girl. You want a little snack? Yeah.
The adult we had held, we had corn cob.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was eating corn also.
Yeah, she was big enough for her arms and everything,
She
but
would
all the
do
way
some,
around.
yeah.
Can I do that for you?
If you turn your camera back on, I'll take some pictures. Oh, yeah, from the side.
What phone is that, by the way? The
This
pictures
is
are
the
awesome.
brand new Google Pixel 9
Okay.
XL.
Because those pictures are amazing.
That's why I was saying, you take pictures on your phone and from me too.
There you go. Snacker.
And is this a two-toed?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
I
two-toed.
didn't see the toes.
Yeah. So the two-toed sloths are able to have more of a varied diet than the three-toed. Three-toed sloths pretty much only exclusively eat the leaves from a sarcopia tree, which don't grow here. And so people have tried to introduce two-toed sloths, bring them here, and they just eventually perish because their diet cannot be adapted to something else.
I feel like you're gonna fall.
Yeah, no, she's good.
I feel
So
like
the
you're gonna
two-toed
fall.
sloths can have
Is that
more of a
cute?
varied diet, which makes them
Yeah.
more appropriate to be in captivity.
Chomp.
She's like, where's some more?
All right, last one, and then we gotta share.
Was that a three-toed sloth?
She's a two.
I know, but the one we saw was a three-toed. I don't remember.
Was it in Honduras or?
No, it was in Florida.
Oh, okay.
I just can't remember where we went. That's my finger, Deb. That's my finger with it. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I had to steal that last kiss. You know your
Silly
mama,
girl.
don't you?
Yeah, she recognizes my voice. Hi, sweet pea. Call her my little fuzzy jelly bean.
So, when you got her, did you bottle raise her?
So
Or how did
John and Donna are the ones who own the farm, and so Donna got her from. Do you remember at what age they got her? Like
What's the matter?
9 months.
You want my
No, because she's almost 12 right now.
Yeah.
So around 4 or 5 months, but
Okay.
they don't have to have milk past like 3 weeks. They'll start eating solid food. And so their moms, when the females actually produce milk, they don't store any on board. You know, so like typical animals, they kind of swell up.
Supply and demand.
Right. So the milk feeding isn't really a need at all.
Necessity.
Okay.
More of a secondary thing.
Yep.
So I don't want to hog her the whole time.
Yeah, so we'll transfer her.
Okay.
I can't tell how many pictures. I was trying to see how many pictures if we were.
Here she comes. I know.
Hi, sweet pea. Okay, so we're gonna go this way.
Okay.
So always to the pillow. Night night. Night night. To your pillow.
And let him use your phone for my pictures if you don't mind.
Okay.
You
I'm
want
gonna
me to
reach
do it?
underneath her here.
That's fine. You
There
go.
we go. Yep. Hi, sweet pea. Okay, you ready?
Here, you want me just to do it, Mama?
It doesn't matter. He might have a better angle. I don't know.
Ready or not, here we come. There you go. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, he just snuggles in. Or she. It's a she.
Yeah,
Don't forget your hand.
Yeah. I know, we get so excited, we're like,
I know.
yeah. So it's just like,
Push them
relax.
up into you.
Mhm.
Just-
So this little tuffle right here is just her little cowlick. It's not a tail.
Oh, okay. I was
The
wondering
three-toed
about
sloths
that.
have an extended vertebrae that goes into turns into a tail, but the two-toeds don't have a tail.
Okay.
Just a little bums.
So soft.
Mhm.
You are sweet. You are so sweet.
This will be a great before and after because she's definitely about to use the bathroom in the next day or so.
So you can see how like
I
Buddha
can
belly she
Feel
is.
it, yes.
Yeah, she's very big right now. So in the next, I'd say 2 or 3 days, I need to look at the schedule where she's at, but it's coming up.
Oh.
That she'll have her little poop. Not a little one. So they lose 1/3 of their body weight when they poop.
Really?
1/3.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's like, holy smokes.
I wish I did.
I know. Perfect timing to wear that great dress when you need it. Yeah, in the wild they'd go about every 2 weeks, but here's about every 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
And so you can see her belly just goes a little bigger, 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 and then after she weighs about 7 pounds when she's not full. So after she goes poop, she's about 7 pounds.
I was gonna say she feels heavier.
Yeah,
than
she's
7 pounds
heavier than
right
7
now.
now. Yeah, she's at the end of her Buddha belly capacity. Yeah, and then when I feed her, she lays across my lap and then just eats out of my hand like this. And so she kind of sits like this and she just eats out of my hand. But she'll eat about 6 to 7 handfuls of that rice mixture twice a day. So if you imagine that just piling up over and over and over, it's like, there's a lot of food in there. You want to try and feed her some spinach? Sweet girl. You want some yum yum?
So they still have an appetite even though they're
Yeah. Well, the leaves are they're light. That's why we use those for like a little afternoon snack.
true. What do they eat for meals?
The sweet potato, normally, like once they're an adult, our adult sloth, he eats a lot of squash, sweet potato, raw sweet potato, we cut them up into little sticks, so they're just long, skinny little sticks, so he can eat them easier. And then they like fruit,
Yeah.
so his favorite fruit is bananas, but with the sugar content, you don't want to feed sloths too much fruit because it messes with their gut bacteria, and so it's a lot more vegetable based. Yeah, I can get some more from over here too. Here, do you want to feed her one? I'll get a picture of. You can drop your hand. She'll hold on to you. She'll reach.
It makes me nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, she's used to hanging out of trees, so you'll be all right.
She's just, I don't know. You still
I know you're like,
You
"Come on," but
just habit.
so
is
she
normal.
can.
yeah.
Their stomach muscles are amazing, so she could just be holding on with her bottom legs, and she would lean all the way back, arms and everything, and be perfectly fine without you holding on to her.
I've seen them in trees, but
Not hold over there.
Yeah.
but yeah, just
She's like,
They're solid muscle. So just turn your face. There you go. So when you feel a little mouth opening, just slowly turn, and she'll just drop her head back down.
sweet. It tastes good.
So they're okay with all the snuggles and
Yes.
everything with
So
everybody and
we kind of,
strangers?
equate it to a cat. So if you had a house cat that was raised in a house with people 24/7, petting it, loving it, it's going to be a sweet, loving cat. Versus a cat that was born in a dumpster and wants nothing to do with people. So it's still a cat, but it's how it was raised. So a wild sloth is not going to be again, they're solitary animals. So they're not going to want to be around people or anything. Or in other animals in general, or even other sloths. They don't want to be around anybody. They just live their own little life in their trees and mind their business. But being raised by people, they're used to being handled, and she very much enjoys being handled.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that sweet little kitten that you raise in your home. Such a good girl.
She is. She's very good.
Mm-hmm.
That adult kind of made me nervous. It was so big, I guess.
Mhm.
I know she had like, of course, you know.
Kind of goes all the way
Yeah,
around.
Yeah.
she's that big, you know.
Yeah.
So she
She moved around a lot too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
it was
times.
a big group that passed her from
Okay.
person to
Yeah,
person,
one person
and,
to another.
you know, so
Yeah. So and
Little
that could be
feet print, putting her.
having that many people back to back to back to back could be stressful, or it would be a lot. So she only does an hour worth of encounters a day.
Yeah.
And so and then there's only 2 people,
Mm-hmm.
other than handlers, that are allowed to pass her back and forth. Just because the passing back and forth can wear her out.
Yeah.
Because it's taking energy just to move.
Now y'all have an adult one out there too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we have Flash. He is 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he weighs about 14 to 15 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd double her size.
Yeah.
And he wasn't raised the same way that she was, and so he's very friendly and he loves being fed, but we don't hold him,
Okay.
so he's not used to being on people. But you can get right up next to him, like when you feed him, you can have his little face right here, and he'll eat just right out your hand, and so he does really good with that. But he's just not used to being on people.
Yeah.
I think that one was, but it didn't seem to like it after a while. It seemed to want to move around to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
But it did. It went to sleep though, didn't it?
Mhm.
I mean,
Because it crawled up and went to sleep on you.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
Mhm.
Getting too old, I get forgetful.
So when you hear her mouth kind of move, you can hear like a little bit of a grind,
Yeah.
kind of, or like a little squeak noise.
Uh-huh.
So those are her teeth rubbing together. So every time she opens and closes, her teeth are sharpening each other. So they're constantly being sharpened, and they do have sloths their entire life have really sharp teeth.
That's weird.
Mhm.
Nose.
Sounds like almost sounds like rubber kind of
Yeah.
squeaking together.
I've heard it, but now that I know what it is, it's
Yeah,
weird.
it's the little teeth just kind of just barely grinding on each other. Yeah.
Now, do they have to get vaccines while they're in captivity
Um,
because of like being involved with humans?
I would say I don't know the definite answer on that. Maybe you know, Kevin. I would
Some
say,
of them, some are different, but like because we're so much around some of the other just regular farms, like all the farm animals have the normal stuff.
Right.
But I don't think sloths are like dogs. Like you get the rabies and all that different
Right.
things
Yeah.
like that.
and she's not exposed to other animals too. The
Like
only-
I know my ferrets. I mean, I know ferrets are different, but like they had to get. I gave them distemper. I think.
Mm,
Like I didn't know. If,
yeah,
being around something different. they
yeah.
had to-
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't heard anything different. So sloths can handle a fall from a tree 80 to 100 feet. And it's actually one of their defense mechanisms if the harpy eagle that's in their environment was kind of their main predator. If an eagle did spot them from a treetop, that to get away from, obviously because they can't move fast enough to get away, the eagle's still going to get them. So one of their defense mechanisms just drop out of the tree. And I was like, okay. But
don't swoop down to get them. It is.
Because the fort is so thick,
Yeah.
so they can see the tops of the trees. But getting
Just
down there
in
now,
their
the bird
territory.
would be exposing themselves to a jaguar or other predators itself. So they're not going to put that much effort in.
Yeah.
They just want an easy cherry picking off the tops of the trees. So they'll actually intentionally fall out of the tree to get away quickly. And obviously they're not landing on concrete, but it's a soft canopy, leaf, debris, and they'll survive the fall just fine. And then I think there was a study done of like once a week that sloths in the wild fall at least once a week.
Intentionally or on accident?
I'm not really sure, but once a week. So it's like they get around a lot really quick, and they just climb back up the tree and back to their thing. But they're like a slinky, so they're very flexible. They can twist one. I know. They can twist 180. Their bodies, their midsection, they could twist all the way around, and they're just very flexible, bouncy apparently.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look a video up of that one.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen videos of them on the ground and they're trying to get back up. And people help them and all that.
Yeah.
Swimming and
And part of the reason that they survive the falls is so they have 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23, right? And all their internal organs are actually attached to the ribs. So, like when we get in a car wreck or anything like that, it's because our
Right,
organs
they're
kind of move
bouncing
around, right? But because they're upside down and everything else, that prevents that impact. So that's why they're able to survive that. A good example of intelligent design.
yeah. Huh.
An interesting creature.
Very
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
So their fastest way of being able to get around is swimming. Now they're not going to intentionally swim. They're like, oh, let's just go swimming today. But if they fell out of a tree and they landed in water, they can swim pretty fast. That would be their fastest mode of transportation. Crawling would be the slowest, so just crawling on the ground. And then climbing would be the second fastest. But swimming, they're actually good swimmers, which is kind of wild. Like, oh.
That is.
So they don't just sink. They do pretty good.
So when does she reach maturity in size?
About 3 years old.
Okay.
So she's just now almost a year. So she's got a few more years to go. So they don't do anything fast, so she grows slow too.
Okay.
So she's got about another 2 years. And that's when she'll reach sexual maturity also,
Okay.
between kind of 3 and 5 range.
So is that going to be like a future plan
Potentially,
for her?
it's so far away yet. It's 2 years
Yeah.
away. So we've got so many animals and so many things. It's kind of like, it's maybe like a thought, but we'll see. We are getting a new baby sloth this month. And so she won't be the baby anymore.
Uh-oh.
She's going to be the older baby. But we are getting a new baby this month.
Should have held out a month.
Well, or just come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vote just come back.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Little cowlick.
I know, that's a funny looking, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Little poof.
He won't lay down.
No. Put a little rubber band on it, a little ponytail.
Mm-hmm. Give her a little bow.
Waylon's always had one kind of at the top of his head, so Annie may have one too.
Their little ears are on the side of their heads here, and they're actually kind of shaped like ours, so they have the same little flap to them and everything, and they're just tucked up underneath their hair. So if you want to, when you pet her head, just kind of slowly with your fingertips, you can kind of go off to the side a little bit, and you can feel her ear underneath her hair there. So
I think
it's
I
like,
felt that other one
Yeah.
before, but
Are they sort of like parrots? Like, you know how if you flip the parrots.
so
there's
parrots just
back-
have like a hole in their head.
Yeah.
These guys have an actual ear that looks like ours, very
More like
similar.
monkeys, like underneath.
Yeah, kind
Will she
of.
let me do it with her holding it?
Yeah, yeah.
or-
So you can pet just right here, and so her little ear is
She's like,
oh, sweet girl right here.
I kind of see it.
Yep, yep. Yeah, we're touching your ears. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, little dumpling. You're being so good. Yeah.
If I had this, I'd just sit here all day and play with it, hold it and play with it.
Mine would have clothes on it.
True.
I know when the whole big sloth thing came about and everybody liked sloths all of a sudden and they got popular, I'm like, y'all are just now realizing
I know.
sloths
You're like,
are
I was
awesome?
the OG sloth lover.
Exactly. It's ridiculous of how many sloths I have in my house.
Yeah.
Like one whole room is dedicated to them.
No. Well, you have to take your pictures and get them framed and put them up there.
I have that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it with more.
Mhm.
You're interesting. Yes, you
Do you guys want to do a picture together in the same picture? Or any other pictures or videos or anything like that that you want to get? I got a bunch of pictures of you, but I don't know if you guys wanted to do like videos or you can do selfies. You can do as many as you want. So if you have some other ideas.
You want to take a picture together?
Yeah, you want to. Maybe do that.
So the lighting is a little better over there. So let's do, if you want to take your chair and just scoot it, or you can just kind of stand right here actually.
I was gonna
That
say,
works.
you want me to stand next to her?
So you want to